Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hand of God podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Shawn.
I'm Gio.
And I'm Alex, and here on the Hand of God podcast, we talk everything European football, Champions League, Premier League, La Liga. We got it all here for you guys. And today, we got some great stuff to talk about. First, I'd like to start with the Champions League. Guys, I'm just going to go down the games that happened this past week, and let's all give our thoughts on them. Sound good?
Perfect.
Sounds great.
All right. So, guys, first game, Benfica versus Ajax. I would like to. I want to touch. I think that was a really interesting game. I don't think really anyone expected a draw. I mean, at least I didn't. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
You can go first.
Yeah, it was a good game. Ajax, they had the lead at half, 2-1, and at the end, Benfica, they equalized it 2-2. Solid game. It's going to be interesting to see that second leg because obviously it is going to be in Netherlands now. They go back to Ajax, and we'll see. Hopefully, they could pull it off. Those are in my opinion very even match teams. Even though still has the top scorer, which is Sebastian Haller, which he scored an own goal and then he scored another goal. So it's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully, in my opinion, I hope Ajax.
Shawn?
I think it's a pretty interesting matchup. Obviously, I think the Ajax is clear. But if you just watch this first game, you would never know that. I feel like in terms of playing styles, they're pretty good, pretty balanced. You have some really good players. Like when you look at their starting 11, you see Haller. I mean, he scored an own goal today, or not today, but in their game. I think that it changed the balance of the game, in my opinion. But I think we'll see better from him in the second leg. Anthony is really, really good, really talented, flashy winger. When you look at their wing play, I feel like he's definitely one guy you want to see more from. Gravenberch. I mean, bro, when you look at him as a player, he's a tank. He's an absolute tank. Definitely want to see more from him in the second leg. I feel like with all these, other European teams looking at him for a summer move, I feel like we definitely need to see more of him in the second leg. When you look at Benfica, they have Ruben or Darwin Nunes. Darwin's a really solid striker. I feel like we need to see more goal scoring from him. I don't think that we've seen as much as he's possible or capable of doing. So, yeah, I think we should see more of him in the second leg. Honestly, these are really solid teams,
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in the second leg. But if I was to give a prediction, I'd probably say Ajax goes through just because I like their midfield a little bit more.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. It was definitely a surprise draw. Benfica played well, but also I think you could see that Ajax wasn't in the right form because they've been steamrolling through the domestic comp. It's kind of no contest over there. I mean, it is the Dutch first division. It's not something to scoff at, but it's not necessarily, the highest caliber in Europe. But Benfica did look good, man. They won the midfield battles. Their wingers, man, super pacey. They're able to dart through and give Ajax a lot of problems, especially Blind. He really couldn't keep up. Probably should have gotten subbed off way earlier than he did. And Ajax, at the end, it felt like they were a bit desperate, to try and score. But yeah, man, I definitely think an informed Ajax wins, especially in their home stadium. So let's see, guys. And next up, I think the most interesting game, I think out of all these games, Man U versus Atleti. Okay, my man, João Felix, possible Arsenal signing in the future. Let's see. You never know. Let's see. Guys, what do we think about them? Man U versus Atleti result. They tied 1-1. What do you guys think, Gio?
Yeah, in all honesty, I really don't think Joao Felix, if he keeps like this, I don't see him going to a small club like Arsenal. But Lodi.
You support Real Madrid?
Boca Juniors. Anyways, Joao Felix, amazing header off the post. across from the Brazilian left back, who's honestly won his position. You know, he came from a club in Brazil, Renan Lodi, and he's been doing really good. You know, towards the second half, they kind of fell apart. You know, a lot of dumb fouls are committed. You know, in the second half, I think like 5 to 7 yellow cards were given out. It was just a dirty game, and you know, at the end, the 19-year-old Elanga got the opportunity with his first touch. He did what Ronaldo couldn't do, and you know, put it in the back of the net against Oblak. And going forward, I mean, like I told you guys before, this was gonna be a 1-1 draw. I'm honestly mad at myself that yeah, it was the game I expected. You know, with not too much attacking. You know, especially Atletico when they got up 1-0, you could tell they were gonna defend most of it. They wanted that. It just didn't happen. You know, Elanga did what Ronaldo couldn't, and 1-1 back to Manchester.
Yep. Shawn?
I don't really like the playing style of either one of these teams, if I'm honest. I just feel like when you look at Atletico Madrid, they're such a defensive unit. They're not going to create the most chances. They're not going to be very expansive. So this is definitely kind of the game plan that they wanted, like this or 1-0. Obviously, they have some good players spread throughout the squad, but I just don't like their strike force as much as Manchester United. I think that Manchester United, they're not the best technically, but when push comes to shove, they're able to, you know, get goals out of nowhere. So I feel like it kind of favors them going back to Old Trafford. But yeah, Roy Felix, listen, man, if you want to come to a team that's really going to go forward, you know, and use your talents, man, come to Arsenal. They're already better than Manchester United. You seem to like to score against them. You know, we could use that. So listen, man, take your talents to South Beach. If you know. But yeah, man. Sancho doing Sancho things. I think he's playing better and better, but do I think that he's really, you know, sparking and taking over the league or anything like that? I don't think so, but he is definitely playing better. I don't think that you can play Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes in the same squad at the same time. I just feel like they kind of work against each other, but we'll see what happens in the second leg. But most likely, in my opinion, you'll see Manchester United go through, hopefully.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, like you guys said, Joao Felix looked great. United fans should definitely be happy with this result for sure. I mean, it wasn't looking too good, you know, in the first half, but in the second half they picked it up. What was interesting to me was Pogba and Fernandes. It was like, I don't know, man. I don't really like. I don't know. It kind of like what you're saying about Ronaldo. I feel like Pogba's kind of has that little clashing of heads when it comes to play styles with Bruno Fernandes. I don't know. It hasn't been like that when they've been on the pitch a few times together. So I don't know if maybe that's something you guys want to touch on because that's really interesting to me.
Yeah. Because a player like Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, they're very attacking minded. So when they have to do the most defensive work, especially when you're playing in the midfield with Fred, they have to do a lot of tracking back, you know, and that just wastes their energy. And I did not see Pogba make any runs forward. You know, he was on the ball, but it was mostly on the defensive side and just playing it out. But those players, you got to let him play creatively in the midfield, and especially with Ronaldo up top, he's not helping. He just makes your job a lot harder behind you. And I said before, in the first game of the season, that before Ronaldo even came, Bruno Fernandes played in like a false nine with the two wingers. I think it was Rashford and I think it was either Martial, and he provided like 1 goal, 2 assists, and I think that's the ideal position for him. But yeah, just like you said, you know, Man United should be happy with this result, but they should not be happy with the team. You know, in the first 20 minutes, Maguire, the whole defense was just getting attacked.
Legend, bro.
Single, they were getting blitzed. You know, it was like it was crazy.
Yeah, man. And you know, Kondogbia also looked really great for Atleti on both sides of the ball. He was a monster in that game. And you know, as we were saying, kind of touching on that point, Man United kind of came back to life when Pogba got subbed off. you know, and Matic came on, and then, you know, this was interesting. They subbed off Rashford, and then Alanga came on and scored. I don't know, man. Like one switching of the guard in terms of Wonder Boys, you know. So I don't know, man. Let's see. And Rashford hasn't really been looking too good lately either.
No.
You know, I don't know. Man United is just in a state of chaos right now, and Oblak, he's sucking. I mean, let's just call it what it is, bro. Oblak has his decline been crazy. You know,
as well as you saw, like in the first half, at least I saw Diego Simeone. Even on a free kick, he was telling his players, "No, switch over there, switch over there." He was screaming at him. He was getting reprimanded by the fourth official for going out of his box. And then you just see Mr. Ralph Ragniak just, you know, like this, crossed arm, not really caring. You know, that's the extra push that, you know, Simeone gives his team. You know, that's why you see Renan Lodi, you see Joao Felix, you know, running to every ball, trying to win every single chance. That just fires up your players. And Man United.
Yeah. So I mean, guys, what are your predictions for the next fixture between these two teams? Gio, you said Man United takes it.
No shot. I want to see Man United lose at least 5-4. But I really do think Atletico, if they play the way they played in those first 30 to in the first half, pretty much they'll bring it home, even in Old Trafford, especially in Old Trafford. You know, because Man United this year I've seen taking a lot of losses in that stadium.
Shawn?
Yeah. Listen. I just feel like Atletico Madrid will not be able to capitalize on the opportunities they're given. And somehow, some way, Manchester United always seems to nick a goal from some
That's very true.
shit situation. So we'll see what happens, man. But neither one of these teams are winning the fucking Champions League. So who really cares who's going through? At the end of the day, like, I just hope that Manchester United goes through just purely on the fact that they'll have more games. So when you're having to figure out who you're going to rest in these regular domestic matches, you know, they rest some players and end up losing. You know, It'd be great. It's win-win for me. But we'll see what happens, man.
What I like, you're not like some of these other English fans that'd be like, "Oh, this team in the Champions League, I'm gonna go for you. You stick true to Arsenal, and that's what I like."
Yeah, man, ride or die.
Man. Of course.
Alex, what goes through?
I don't know, man. You guys are kind of mixing my head up because I do think Man United is gonna pull it out because they always seem to do something to pull it out, like Shawn said, you know. So, but I don't know, man. Atleti and Man United hasn't looked good at Old Trafford. It's a toss-up for me, man. I don't know. I'm not a betting man, but you know, if I were to bet, I would probably bet on Man United. You know, I would probably bet on Man United. But from one English team, boys, we're gonna head over to another. Chelsea versus Lille. Expected result. You know, Lille was in poor form in their own league. We pretty much all expected this result. Chelsea looked like you know, the Chelsea of old. You know, Conte is the man, dominating, setting up chances for people, offensively, defensively on the ball. What did you guys think of the game? And also, what do you think Lukaku's role on this team is going to be going forward?
That's what I wanted because Conte said, you know, he was tired, but he played back-to-back 90 minutes in the Club World Cup. I mean, I think honestly, I don't know what happened to him. You know, in the first like 10 games, he scored like 8-7 goals. You know, he was the man. Everyone was behind him. Everyone had his back. But, you know, it kind of looks like they just switched over back to Kai Havertz, you know, what they were doing last season. He looked pretty good. You know, he got a goal. He created some chances. Also, I'm happy that Pulisic, you know, he scored. He chipped the keeper and then hit a gritty.
America, baby. Hell yeah.
You know.
But, yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, they were playing Pulisic more in the position that he's been wanting to play, which is good, and he scored. So let's see if Thomas Tuchel wants to keep going with that. Kai Havertz looked really good, man. I like him a lot. At Leverkusen, he was really good. So let's see, man, if he could bring that form over. Shawn, what do you think?
Chelsea, man. Chelsea. I mean, they just exposed Lille to be the side they are, man. Like, they're decent for, you know, League One. You know, like they're never gonna really do anything in the Champions League. I mean, I just don't see them having those types of players. I think Jonathan David is decent. Many clubs are looking at him, but I don't see him as a focal point tip of a 9. He's not a target man. So against a team like Chelsea, especially in a 3 at the back, I feel like you're gonna struggle, man. It's tough. I feel like it's weird because their system is kind of fluid. They don't really stick to their formation. So their midfield kind of shifts throughout the game. I think it's decent, man, but you need to create big chances versus this Chelsea team, and defensively, they just control the game, man. That's what they do. That's literally what they do. They control games, much like a Manchester City, but in a different kind of way. I think they're less expansive than the City, but yeah, man, I just feel like Chelsea cleared up shop. They got their 2 goals, and they're ready for the next one. They're ready for the next leg, and I feel like it's done. This leg is pretty much done. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, Chelsea just showing why they're champions of Europe. So right now, so we'll see what happens next.
And go ahead, you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say Renato Sanchez looked good in that game. He's a former Premier League Swansea City legend, but there's honestly a funny story that came out. I'm not gonna lie on him. I'm reading it here. It said, Premier League flop Renato Sanchez.
Oh my God.
Has been told by his former Swansea teammate that he should join OnlyFans due to the size of his third leg. So that's
Oh my God.
Up. I don't know where it came from, but I was on goal.com searching up goals, and it's all over the place. Former Premier League flop is about to start an OnlyFans. So that's
Premier League prodigy is what they meant to say, right?
Yeah,
depends on how you look at it, right? Hey.
Where you don't see every day. So in the podcast here, we talk about everything.
Yeah, we talk about.
That's a great story.
Sometimes we need some real hard hitting stories like that, to break away from all the boring fixtures that we're talking about. This is the real shit. This is the real stuff that we should be covering on the Hand of God podcast. Maybe we have to rework our host.
Our structure.
Yeah, our whole structure, bro. What are we even doing right now?
An update on it was teammate Javi Martinez from Bayern, World Cup winner.
Wait, whoa. Wait.
Javi Martinez, boy.
Another GOAT. All we talk about is GOATs, bro. That's why it's called the Hand of God podcast, man.
Yeah.
But Shawn, I didn't get your take on Lukaku, man. What do you think? Because I know he's your favorite player, and he wanted to sign for Arsenal. Maybe it could be a possible move.
Listen, man. I don't want him anywhere close to Arsenal, man. Bro, he's flirting with his whole club. It's just a culmination of a whole bunch of stuff, man. He just brings a whole lot of shit to your team. And he acts like he's a really good footballer. I think he really believes he's a good footballer. Bro, your first touch is comp worthy. They make compilations of this dude's games. Really, that's embarrassing, bro. I don't know, man. I think he just needs to keep his head down. I don't know, man. I just feel like that 100 million, price tag really does it, because once a price tag is put on you, we've seen with even players like Ben White, Pepe, they just can't shake that. Ben White, of course, is playing a lot better, but yeah, man, we'll just see what happens with him, bro. But his production needs to, shoot up a little bit, man. I just feel like he's not really the player they needed as a 9. But they bought him for 100 million, so you can't really feel bad for either party, especially with Lukaku doing the interviews that he's doing. But yeah,
what was that all about? First 3 months, he was that $100 million player. He was scoring goals. His touch was, he looked like Dennis Bergkamp. But what happened with him?
Sean's face.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah.
No, I would say better. I
And
think
now
it'd be better.
I don't know what happened.
Better.
Yeah, better.
Oh wow. Wow, we're gonna get canceled, bro. Like we're gonna get canceled for something that's not even like insane, but that's a really crazy comment. Yeah, man, that's
Adding-
wild.
And for those 10 games at the beginning of the season, and now he's back to Man United.
Mhm.
Lukaku.
Yeah, now he's
Yeah,
not
Lukaku.
the best striker in the world. Now he's just the second best, man. Now he's just the second best striker in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let that slide a little bit. I don't know who the freaking first best.
All
would
right.
be.
We're gonna get into the last champs game. Then we'll get into some Premier League stuff.
Yes.
On a serious note, Juve versus Villarreal. Another crazy signing. A lot of money. You know, they just keep throwing money here in the market, bro. Vlahovic scored in 30 seconds in his first Champions League game. That was pretty cool. But after that, it was in my opinion, it was a stinker of a game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, like you said, it was pretty cool, but the job wasn't done. Especially they played in. Did they play in Spain?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad result, 1-1, but Juventus has this history. They reached a couple finals in the past years, so you just expect better for them. But the form they're in the Serie A, they're like, they're I think they're fourth, fifth, sixth, something like that. So I guess Villarreal, they got it done. They bought some good players. They got Lo Celso now, and I mean, they just fought all game. Juventus. Even with Vlahovic scoring that nice goal, a nice turnaround, brought it down. That's class. But with Morata up there, how many chances do you need a game? And also our boy Weston McKennie,
Injured, man.
broken foot now.
How is that gonna affect not only Juve but the U.S. men's team? Little off topic there.
Yeah.
But
It's because he's been starting for Juventus every game I see. That big nap he froze there.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. I like Weston.
Yeah. Hopefully, a speedy recovery. Hopefully, he's back sooner than expected. But hopefully, Juventus do pull it out on the away leg. I can see Dybala going for a goal and an assist with Vlahovic scoring a header.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's see. Vlahovic is. I mean, he's not looking like a terrible signing. He's proving his worth right now. After scoring that little goal right there. Juve was. I don't know, man. I think Juve might drop the next one, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
Yeah, I think they might drop. Bro, Villarreal was on their ass, man, that whole game. I think the percentages was like Villarreal was on their half 20% of the whole game. So they were constantly like attacking. And I don't know, man, just with their form, they're fourth in Serie A, I don't know, man. Juve's down bad.
Yeah, I just feel like they're full of players.
You feel like they're what, you?
Like all their players just mid. Like
yeah.
Like, he's not that good. Morata's good, but he's not. They're all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man.
Listen, man. Listen. I'll tell you once. I might not say it twice. Villarreal is a team that you do not want to play over two legs. You don't want to play them. Unai Emery is pretty good, man, tactically.
Yeah,
he'll set up his teams pretty well, unless he's, managing Arsenal and just throws stuff away. But I don't know, man. I feel like that's a tough draw. But at the same time, Juve is shit. Like, they have a bunch of players that think they're better than they are. They're mid. So, yeah, man. I feel like Vlahovic, like, you went to a team that looked cool domestically. You thought, wow, it's Juve, it's cool, huh? But, they'll never do any. I mean, I'm not going to say never, but you won't see them in the next 5-10 years do anything in the Champions League, barring they get like a Conte of a coach or somebody who will change the whole culture of the team. I feel like their best chances were when they had Pogba. They don't have him now. Yeah, you need dynamic midfielders to help change games, and they don't have that. Vlahovic, I hope you enjoyed the team you're on, but that's cool, man. You're not even gonna win domestically, like the heck. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens.
But
Yeah. I don't know, man. I agree. They're just Gio said it best. They're just mid, like all around, all around. They're just like midfield, average, backline, average, goalie, average. Their attack is like, I don't know, man. If I were to say out of all the parts of their team, that's probably the one that looks the most promising at the moment, only because of Vlahovic. But even then, I don't know, guys. We'll see. But yeah, man. So now we're gonna move on to the Prem. The Prem. There's been a lot going on in the Premier League, and I think it's only right that we start it. By the way, you were tuned into the Hand of God podcast, just so that everyone knows. We talk about Tottenham. What's going on with the boys? The best team in the Premier League.
The best team of all time. They win.
Yes.
They have so many trophies in their cabinet. They're full of trophies. They have no space in that stadium.
They had to build a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, but on a real note, Tottenham, like Conte said, we've lost 4 out of the 5 last games. They beat the reigning champs, Man City, in an amazing game 3-2. Harry Kane's on fire against Burnley on a wet, rainy night. They just can't pull it out. And those are the games that put them in the place. Those are the games that make them Tottenham, beating the best team in the league and then losing to Burnley.
Yep. Shawn?
That's up.
It is the history of the Tottenham. Listen, never bet on those guys, man. Never. They beat, the team they seem to always beat in Manchester City, and they thought that their situation was changed, but it's Tottenham. Maybe we'll have a St. Tottenham's Day. I don't know if y'all know what that is, not being Arsenal fans, but it's when Arsenal finish above Spurs. And I think it'll happen again this year. We'll see what's happening, man. I just feel like they struggle when trying to break down teams, and the way that Burnley is going to set up is completely different from a Manchester City that's going to force the attack on you. So when you counterattack them, it's harder for you to break them down. This Burnley team is very tough to play. I'm gonna just put it like that. I just feel like they're one of those teams where historically you don't see them as a team that can attack you, but when they load up in their block, if they counterattack with Weghorst, that's his name, the 6'6" striker, bro, he is a problem. He is a problem, bro. Yeah, I think honestly, at Arsenal we should have picked him up, but it happens, man. But not as like a starting striker, like the off the bench plan B striker. You see what I'm saying?
Like
every team needs one of those.
He could be like plate cleaner for Arsenal. He comes in, whatever Lacazette misses. And Burnley team, like you said, they lost on a set piece, just a header over Romero. A big old set head in there, the Burnley way on a wet night. Alex, what are your thoughts?
I'm more interested about Conte, man. To be honest, what are they gonna do with that man, or what is he gonna do rather? I mean, he's seeming like he's trying to abandon ship. Like you said, Gio, they got beat off a set piece. I honestly, I don't know. I wanted to believe that the win against Man City would be a turning point, but let's be honest here, guys. Is there ever really a turning point for Tottenham? Turning points don't exist if you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan, So,
Alex, just to add real quick, another thing that doesn't exist for Tottenham are shiny silverware.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, that
Arsenal, at least, even though they've had struggles, they've always managed. FA. It's just different culture,
Yeah, man. What do you guys think about Conte's future? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, I think it's getting more and more evident each and every game what's going to happen at the end of the season.
I think they're still in the FA Cup, right? So
let me check.
I think the only thing that could redeem this is if they somehow try to get top 4 and they get it, or they win the FA Cup. I feel like those are the only things that'll really make him stay. When a coach signs an 18-month contract, you know that you kind of want to turn things around pretty fast and see like where they're gonna go, but they're not doing it, man. It's Tottenham. I mean, you know how they are. So
Yeah.
I don't know what people really expected with Conte coming, but yeah,
He
it's
doesn't
not
scare
happening
you.
with them, man. It's not. So
He doesn't scare you, Sean.
no,
Conte doesn't
not
scare
at
you.
all.
They are still in the FA Cup. They will play Middlesbrough
Mhm.
Tuesday, March 1st. So let's see. You think if they can come out with at least the FA Cup, that
Mhm.
maybe Conte will stay, or I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't see him. I don't know.
And he has no other club though, like you've already ran through Italy, you've ran through Chelsea.
Mhm. He could always come back to Juve.
Yeah, he's gonna turn
Good.
into
I feel like it's an open door policy over there.
yeah. I feel like he's just gonna be another Mourinho. Mourinho's right now in Roma doing what? Fuck all. He's just there. Fucking I don't even know Roma. Roma started good, but now they're on the same thing as Tottenham. It's these managers that try to really make themselves the center of the team, and I feel like it just doesn't work out when they don't have the right tools. It works out. It worked out in Inter and Chelsea, but Tottenham it's just not working.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's almost a completely different league, man. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I did.
All right, I'll mute myself when I'm not talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
no
it's
problem.
okay.
Yeah, y'all can go ahead.
Yes.
Now from there, what's up, Gio?
Yeah, it looks like World War III has started as well. So
Yeah, you saw they're moving the final out of Russia.
yeah, correct. Yeah, and also they're right there at Sean's crib. The army's.
Oh my god.
But anyway, yeah. Apparently, all Ukraine teams now are all. You know how a lot of Brazilian players go to what's his team called? Shakhtar Donetsk.
Galatasaray, you mean?
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. They're all asking right now to be bought out of their contracts.
Oh.
So yeah, everyone's trying to get out of there. As you mentioned, the final is being removed. The Champions League final from St. Petersburg. Zenit also just lost their sponsorship. A lot of things going on. Not just the world.
Sad
It
to
all.
hear. Sad to hear. Yeah, but I mean, from there, we'll try to keep it with the Prem, and we'll keep a close eye on what's happening over in Ukraine at the moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, guys, the league race in the Prem is a lot tighter now than it was a month or two ago. What do you guys think? What are your predictions for what's gonna happen? I see you guys have some curious looks on your faces, so I would like to hear
Mhm.
your thoughts.
I just want to say one thing: if Arsenal win, they go into fifth, and with the way United is playing, I could easily see Arsenal secure that fourth spot.
Top four, yeah, I can see it.
Mhm.
Maybe even
Yeah.
third.
Game's in
You
hand.
never know.
Okay. We'll see. Listen, man. When you look at the league and who's going to win it, I tried to tell y'all a month ago.
Oh my god.
This Liverpool team is not as far off as you think. They didn't have their main striker. They're not main striker, but they're basically strikers. They're wingers, but strikers at the same time in terms of who scores most of their goals.
It's all good, man.
But yeah, man, they're looking good. Manchester City, squeaking versus Tottenham. So
Yeah.
I'd say look out for that as the title race heats up. I feel like Liverpool could do it, especially since they play each other. That's points. In terms of the race for fourth, you know how I feel. I just feel like Arsenal has what it takes. They're very, strong squad in terms of dynamics. They're not the oldest. So that's why I think people, don't really take them seriously. But in terms of the whole squad, I feel like they have a chance.
Yeah. Also, Alex, I want to get your take because now we got to talk about the race for first. it's heating up. Liverpool with a big win, 6-0. Salah was a menace. Van Dijk scored. Joe Matip turned into prime Messi. You know,
Legend.
they're a game away. You know, Man City with that loss to Spurs really hurt them. So Liverpool's back on top. Do you see them pushing now for this final stretch?
You know what? We said that Tottenham never has a turning point, but you know what they do? They give other people turning points. So this is what we're on right now, man. That's the moment that's probably gonna break the season for Man City, in my opinion. I think Liverpool's coming out number one. I like Liverpool. I can see them getting to first, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, what about you?
I can lie because I was looking at the history. You know, Man City. You know, they won last year. The year before that, Liverpool, and then 2 Man City championships in a row as well 2 years before that. So, you know, I feel like Liverpool got to get another one to keep the rivalry going.
Yeah,
I love Guardiola. It could be one for the ages, you know. It could be one for the ages.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying the rivalry between the managers? Kind of. Yeah. Well, it's not like a rivalry, but it's, you know, obviously the 2 best teams in the Prem right now, and it's not even close, you know, at least in my opinion. But yeah, man, I'm looking for Liverpool to really turn it up. You know, that might cost them the season, man. Man City that lost to Tottenham, you know, a game that they obviously should have won. So let's see, man. And Salah's in great form. Obviously, the team in general is in great form. So they're just steamrolling right now, man.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, April 10th they play Liverpool again, and that game's probably gonna decide the season. Is also right near the end, so that's gonna be a special one to look forward to, guys. And obviously, we're here on the Hand of God podcast, and we're gonna be covering it.
Yep. And with that, that's all the stuff that we have for today, guys. Is there anything else that you want to add, Shawn? Oh wait, before we go, Shawn, I need your take on this. Just before we go, just quick little take.
Yeah. On what?
On
the champions.
Yeah, on Liverpool and Man City. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, Liverpool can do it. We've seen it before.
Right, bro.
They're gonna have to clear out the entire rest of the season. Whoever is, faltering is not going to win the season. So we'll just see what happens, man. But most likely, in my opinion, I feel like both squads have what it takes to do it. But Liverpool they've kind of, had a respite for most of their players. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you also just got to remember Liverpool have a man named Luis Diaz. And I'm going to make a bold prediction right now. Luis Diaz is going to score the goal that's going to win him the Premier League.
As a betting man, I agree. I like that. I think that'd be really poetic and really nice.
Crazy.
He's a monster. I love Luis Diaz. I love how he's playing. He's like fucking Energizer Bunny, bro. As soon as they put him in, he wreaks havoc on defenses, man. I love it. But yeah, man, that's everything that we got for today, guys. Is there anything else you want to add before we go? Want to plug anything, possibly? Shameless plug. Don't be ashamed, okay? Shawn already plugged himself in his name. He plugged his Instagram, so it's all good. No, nothing. Well,
I got one. one. Listen, guys, if you like films, I have a really good podcast that you guys should listen to, right?
Right.
Go to YouTube, right? They do that first. Put in House of Reels podcast, okay? Tuesdays. REELS, okay? That's how you spell it, okay? Do that for me. Subscribe, like, comment, all of that you're going to do on this video. Do on that, that channel. And yeah, turn on the bell so we can, see you guys again. And you'll be able to see us. So, yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later. Hand of God podcast. We are out.
Peace.